Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you in a few steps how to balance your ambient light with the light from your flashes on the subject. And with these steps you can recreate almost any image anytime without any real try and error. You will be always pretty close to getting that picture that you want. So first of all, you have to set your ambient, and remember, your flash doesn't cover the whole scene. Your flash is not going to go back here and hit the trees no matter how powerful it is. So you turn off your transmitter, turn off your flashes, and then take a picture and take note of the ambient light. How much of the light do you want? And whatever light you get, that's going to be in your final image. So don't let the flashes distract you just yet. Keep the flashes off and then work your ambient. For the ambient, you have three things to work with: exposure triangle, aperture, shutter speed, and ISO. The first thing that I always take note of is the f-stop. I decide what f-stop I'm going to use for every specific image. For this image, the f-stop I chose was f1.8 because it's downtown and it's an ugly background. There's cars in the background. I wanted to blur as much as I could. But with a 135 and taking a full body picture, I had to go so far back that it didn't really blur that much, but it kind of at least made the subject pop out of the frame. So with f1.8 not negotiable, the next thing that I had to go work with was my ISO. I did bring my ISO up a little, 125. So just note, these newer cameras, don't be scared of the ISO. Bring it up. In fact, it's hard to tell the difference between ISO 100 and an ISO 640 on some of these newer cameras. So you have the tools, just use them to your advantage. And so finally, the shutter speed. Now the shutter speed is a little bit of a rule here that we need to follow. I'm using a 135, so definitely I shouldn't be shooting at 1/125 just to avoid shake. And personally, the minimum I would shoot with a 135mm lens is 1/250th, just because my hands are not very steady, and 1/250th is fast enough that I'm not quite in high speed sync, but I can still get steady shots, if you understand what I mean. So, but in this case, I was using two flashes which were all high speed sync capable, and I knew that I was not going to use them at full power or anything, so I was perfectly fine going in high speed sync. So as you can see up here, the shutter speed was 1/1600. I actually started from 1/1800, and since I'm currently using the mirrorless, I didn't have to be snapping each time. The electronic viewfinder tells you exactly how the image will look like after you take it. So that helped me set the shutter speed without taking multiple shots. And then after the background was set, even though the background wasn't the best, I felt, okay, well, that's the best I can get at that time of the day. So I now turned on the transmitters on the flash and started working the flashes. I had two flashes in this scenario. Hold on, guys. Please subscribe. All right, now let's move on. Thank you for subscribing. There's a backlight right here. I worked that first. I make sure the backlight is not too hot. And then the backlight, this time I was using the 8200. I had it at I think it was 1/8 power, I believe, 1/8 power. And then I had it in a little square Godox soft box thingy. And then I had an 8600 to my right, hair left, in a 38-inch deep parabolic double diffuse softbox, and I had that I'm pretty sure I had that at 1/16 power. Just so you know, the 8600 is 3 times as powerful as the 8200 back there. So you can feel free and do the math, but I'm not going to do the math. I will take the pictures and keep it moving. All right, pretty much the 8600, I always like to start from sometimes 1/8, 1/16, and then now at this point, do not touch any setting on your camera. All you have to do is increase the light output, reduce the light output, increase the light output, reduce the light output until you have sculptured the image that you want to create. Done. That's it. So you already got your ambience, and then now you work your lights. So if your backlight, if you want to move it a little further back to accentuate other certain parts of the body, it's up to you. If you want to move it to the side, it's up to you. And so that's how you prevent yourself from changing settings back and forth and wasting a lot of time trying to get your lights right, and not ending up with great images because you spent most of the time trying to get your lights right. And for this shoot, I only had a few minutes, and it was a completely natural shoot. She was getting pictures for a modeling agency, and they wanted no makeup, no jewelry, nothing. And I was doing multiple shoots that day, so it worked out. We got a few shots, full body, headshot, whatnot. All right, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do well to subscribe. I have more videos coming up on OCF stuff, and I am going to include a free preset for, I'm going to call it the base OCF. It's just a free preset just to make skin pop a little bit when you start editing off-camera flash images. If you use this preset and you find a tint in the preset, if the tint is too magenta, just pull the slider towards the green, because I made this for the Nikon Z6 and it notoriously has too little magenta, so it's always being pulled to make it even. So just remember to pull the tint slider. If I can show you that real quick. Right here. So if you use this preset and then your slider doesn't go all the way, just pull it back. This here right now, it's at plus 7. That's how much it has to do to level the pictures coming from. So just pull it back and then you'll be all right. All right, thank you guys for watching. Bye.